website tomorrow. So again, my name is Ellen Haas, Associate Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs with AACC, and this is our orientation to the 2025 ATE Conference webinar. It is our hope that today's sessions will help to orient you to the conference, help you to maximize your time at the event, and answer any questions you may have. So please input your questions into chat at any time. Rachel Bauer or Courtney Larson, we're in chat to address those. And I wanted to begin by going over what we're going to touch on today. So we'll provide an ATE conference overview. We'll talk about navigating the conference. We'll go over conference content, session flow, and give you a general idea of how the event is put together. We'll talk about maximizing your engagement and ways to participate in the conference with detailed information about the ATE Connects sessions. We'll go over student participation and their events at the conference, and we'll talk about some other conference questions. As we begin, I just did want to mention that AACC is certainly aware and monitoring the current federal shutdown, and we'll discuss this, we'll touch on this towards the end of the webinar. But the main thing to impart is that the ATE conference will go on as planned, and we are very excited to welcome you to Washington, D.C. at the end of the month. To get started, I'd like to do a conference attendance poll and see who here is new to the conference. Courtney, if you could launch our poll, please. So if you could let us know if this is your first time attending, second time, third time, or if you are a veteran who's been 4 or more. This is our 32nd ATE conference, and I know that there are some that have been to almost all, if not all, 32 events. Okay, can we publish the poll? Or are we about done? Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have the majority of you are first-time attendees. A few have been in the past, and we definitely have some veterans in the group. So I also invite our veterans and those that have attended the event before to please feel free to communicate in chat and share your guidance and your suggestions for the event as well. Okay, so let's talk about the what, when, and where. So for those of you that are brand new to the event, this is the Advanced Technological Education Principal Investigators Conference, or we refer to it as the ATE Conference. It is a national professional development and networking event for ATE grantees and their project partners. And the event is sponsored by the National Science Foundation and the American Association of Community Colleges, and it is primarily funded through a grant to AACC. AACC, as I mentioned, has been working with NSF on the ATE program for the past 32 years. The conference is being held, hopefully you know our dates by now, October 29 through 31, and we will be at the Omni Shoreham Hotel in Washington, D.C. And that is a picture of the actual hotel on the slide of where we are staying. So the who and why, we have approximately 800 people, a little over registered right now for the event. Participants include ATE projects and center PIs, co-PIs, and their grant partners from business, industry, secondary school, and four-year institutions. We have NSF and AACC staff attend, as well as selected guests from that represent STEM-related nonprofits, associations, and other members of government also attend the event. AAC students also have the opportunity to attend, and this year we have 52 students that will be joining us. The why attend, likely the most compelling reason to attend, is that NSF requires you to participate as a condition of your award. But even so, we hope that you would want to participate and think of this as a benefit of being an ATE grantee. Participation in this conference offers a really unique kind of professional development. It enables you to understand the national impact ATE has on technician education, extremely important right now, and the part your project plays in this work. And perhaps most important is that you join a community. Particularly for those new to ATE, you'll be engaging with people who are all very interested in your work, and those that truly understand all the opportunities and all the challenges of being an innovator in technician education. So this is our website, a friendly reminder that all event information is available on the conference website. We have a searchable program by day. We have the full program in PDF We'll be getting up the AT Connects hubs and the student posters to the website in the coming days. And we will also have the conference app available next week for download with all of this information as well. And it is with great thanks to the contributions of the AT community. The conference features more than 80 sessions over the 3 days, as well as ATE Connects, all of which I will touch on shortly. So let's talk about navigating the conference. Welcome to Washington, D.C. The conference is a very compact event. We pile a lot into a short window. So we do ask you to divide your teams. Hopefully you are coming with a co-PI or a team member. We ask you to divide and conquer so you can attend different sessions and spread out. We also encourage you to come early and stay to the end if you can. We do realize this is not our typical conference dates. We don't normally end on Halloween. This scheduling was the result of a COVID era rescheduling to avoid a cancellation penalty when the 2021 conference shifted to a virtual event. So we have shifted, so we start early, we end early to try to accommodate, but we will be back to a normal rotation for 2026. But we do ask you again, divide your teams, expect to be very, very busy to take full advantage of all the conference sessions and networking opportunities. So we start on Wednesday morning with pre-conference workshops. The 4 sessions listed on this slide: getting started for new grantees, project management fundamentals, telling the story of your ATE project, and powering the future, focused on CHIPS workforce development. These are the only sessions that require advanced registration. The Getting Started workshop starts at 8:30 in the morning, and the other 3 workshops start at 9 a.m. I do want to note that Getting Started is very, very important for new grantees to attend. The focus of the workshop is on what you need to know to properly administer and implement your NSF ATE grant. So if you are a new grantee and you've not yet signed up for this workshop, you can still do so. Please, you can go back in through the Attendee Service Center on the website, or you can reach out to ate@aacc.nche.edu if you have any questions. I believe there is also still space in the project management workshop and the telling your story workshop if you have any interest in those. The Powering the Future workshop is full at this time. Also offered on Wednesday morning are learning labs. So learning labs provide an opportunity for hands-on interactive training. So session leaders will engage attendees in immersive learning to experience an activity, a lesson, or an exercise using real tools and solutions. So they're structured as kind of bring your own device sessions, so you can try out new ideas and then walk away with information and takeaways that carry that learning into practice. So we have learning labs, we have pre-con workshops, we have learning labs, and then also Wednesday morning, we have a PI networking session. So if you really just kind of want to go and do speed networking with other participants, there's a picture of that towards the left of the slide. That is also an offering on Wednesday morning. So we have a lot going on before the conference even officially kicks off at noon. And speaking of the official kickoff, our plenary session starts Wednesday at noon with lunch, and then follows with an opening session where we will have remarks from AECC's new president and CEO, Dr. Darian Pollard, and Dr. Victor McCrary, who is the chair of the National Science Board. And also, as I mentioned, as part of this opening plenary session, we'll be doing a special retirement tribute to Dr. Celeste Carter for her years of service to the ATE program. And this session, aside from giving you lunch, will set the tone for this event, which is focused on building community and opening opportunities to exchange information and resources, spark innovation, and strengthen collaboration. Following lunch, we have more sessions for you. So we divide again into a lot of concurrent sessions. We host spotlight and synergy sessions. These are each 45-minute sessions. Spotlight sessions are more formal panel-type presentations, and synergy sessions are discussion-based. Attendees meet and discuss issues related to common interests, challenges, and share transferable strategies and practices. So again, you have a host of sessions on different topic areas. The full agenda is posted to the conference website. So we hope you'll take advantage of those sessions after lunch, grab some coffee on your way out, and head into the afternoon. And then following those sessions, we close Wednesday with a very special event, the student poster session and reception. which is held this year in the Regency ballrooms. We have a lot of space for the posters and to spread out. And as I mentioned, we have 52 students, and this is your opportunity to engage with them directly. They will all be preparing a poster focused on their career paths or their program of study. And this is an opportunity to engage with these students. They're very excited to talk with you and to share information about what's going on in their ATE programs. So do be sure to attend. And we serve some nice food in there as well as another incentive to engage with the students. So that rounds out Wednesday. On Thursday morning, this is the most compact, action-packed day, rather, of the event. We do feed you well. We start with a full breakfast, and then we launch into another round of spotlight and synergy sessions. We have a networking lunch, and then in the afternoon, we have innovation demos. So as I mentioned, spotlights are panel presentations, synergies are discussion-based. And we add innovation demo sessions to the mix Thursday afternoon. These are shorter 30-minute presentations that show how to use or apply an innovative strategy, technology tool, or concept pertinent to strengthening STEM technician education. So we have a lot of different types of session types that you can engage in as well. And now, so you can hear someone other than me speak, I would love for Rachel to come on for a moment and talk about the Convergence Lab, which also runs all day on Thursday, conveniently located right across from our registration counter. Rachel, would you mind talking about the Convergence Lab?
Not at all. So the Convergence Lab is really an opportunity to showcase how STEM fields are converging and the impact of that convergence on industry, education, and the STEM technical workforce. And this is the second year we're doing a Convergence Lab. Last year it was focused on autonomous technologies and automotive. This year, the focus is on advanced manufacturing, and so we'll have folks from the National Center for Next Generation Manufacturing are sort of spearheading this year's Convergence Lab, and they're going to be joined by folks from the consortium, the National Applied Artificial Intelligence Consortium, Recite, which is the Resource Collaborative for Immersive Technologies, Innovate Bio, the National Cybersecurity Training and Education Center, and Weld Ed. So it's a really nice group, and we're really excited. They're going to get to share technologies, resources, videos. It's a great opportunity to just come in, get a chance to talk with colleagues, learn some new things. We've really enjoyed doing it, and last year's was very successful, and I think people got a lot out of it. And you can just drop in whenever. So it's open from 7:30 to 3:30. There'll be people there from these various centers and projects, and some of the folks from AT Central, myself included, will be sort of floating around helping, helping make sure everything goes smoothly. So we hope you'll join us. Look forward to seeing you there.
Thanks, Rachel. Okay, so in addition to sessions and a Convergence Lab, we now get to AT Connects, which is kind of the hub, the hallmark of the annual ATE conference, which is this opportunity to engage with colleagues and peers from across the country to share promising practices, lessons learned, and to build collaborations and make connections to the AT community. This is a rich, vibrant community, 32 years strong. These sessions provide that opportunity to network and connect with conference participants and engage in the sharing of information and resources. So how this is done is we host 2 dedicated sessions. So this is the only thing going on at these times, 2 networking and information sharing sessions, again with refreshments, seems to be a theme for our conference, in the exhibit hall. And projects and centers are, they host conversation hubs. We have more than 220 represented across these 2 sessions. We number the projects and centers and we group them by discipline area. So this is another example of where it's helpful if you have a team, if you are hosting a conversation hub, to take turns with your teammate where you can host a hub and then perhaps take some time to engage in the hubs in your STEM discipline area or others. One of the reasons we kind of put them in a row is so it's easy to find those in your in like areas. These are some examples of conversation hubs. Yes, these are low tech, but they're highly effective. They're meant to foster networking and collaboration, get a little bit of information about a project, and then be able to move on to the next one. So we're trying to get you to cover as much ground as you can in the time allotted for these sessions. And speaking of the time allotted, this is how we have these set up. So again, both of these sessions occur on Thursday. The first session is from 10:30 to 12:15. Again, both of these are in the exhibit hall. The disciplines featured in the first session, bio and chemical technology, general ATE, information security technologies, micro and nano. In the afternoon, we have advanced manufacturing, agriculture and environmental tech, applied research, and engineering technologies. We do encourage you to go to, if you're not in a conversation hub and you'll have a conversation hub in one session, definitely attend the other session. Again, in addition to these hubs is rich networking across projects. You'll see some examples of engagement in these photos. And then also just a little bit about how the hall is laid out. So we have an abstract for each hub in the conference program. And this is also will be in the conference app, which will launch next week. We recommend spending some time looking at the program before the event to identify projects and centers to connect with. And then you'll be able to pin where they are in the map and make sure you connect with them during these sessions. Just some examples of engagement. I also wanted to reference the new to ATE corners. So if you are a brand new grantee and you're not hosting a conversation hub, you were not required to host a conversation hub, but you would like to share some information on your program, you're welcome to prepare a one-pager or even with a simple QR code or just some basic information about what you're helping to accomplish with your grant. And you can share it in this new to ATE grantee corner. These are all placed near the lounge areas. And people do come by and look to see what's been newly funded so they can engage with you at the event. So if that is something you are interested in doing, information is available on our website. Or again, you can email the general ATE box, ate@aacc.nche.edu for information. But it basically just entails bringing about 50 copies of a handout and checking in with our AT Connects attendant, and we'll get them placed for you for the hubs. Also in the AT Connect sessions is great refreshments, the networking lounge areas. So we encourage you to really stay and network. And then also ATE Connects countdowns. And this is something that we started last year and we received extremely positive feedback. These are stationed in the back corner of the exhibit hall during the AT Connect sessions. They are designed as very quick 10-minute sessions where presenters count down their top 10 or less best practices, technology trends, or lessons learned in advancing STEM technician education. So between participating in the conversation hubs, getting some food, hanging out in a lounge, you can also check out the AT Connects countdowns. There are 4 countdowns during each AT Connect sessions. They're listed in the conference program. Some examples this year are top 5 emerging trends in advanced manufacturing, 5 strategies for admin buy-in, no cost ways for getting the word out. But again, these are just short, bite-sized presentations, and they are done with what we call disco headsets. So since the hall is loud, so there's an opportunity to hear the presenter in the Connects area of the hall. And finally, don't miss the Friday plenary session. We know it's on Halloween, and we have some Halloween treats scheduled. It wouldn't be Halloween without some tricks or some treats for the closing plenary. But also we have a very engaged plenary speaker, Dr. Sean Dubrovic, who is an economist, a futurist, an author, focusing on future-facing technician-ready, navigating the new landscape of work, innovation, and AI, and really looking at it from an economist perspective, from looking at all the trends that are happening, not just in technology, but in our political climate as well. And Sean is right now really doing his homework. He has engaged with many of our ATPIs through our content committee, and he is visiting Northern Virginia Community College right now and touring their data center operations facility, talking with students and with ATPIs there, so he can ensure that he is fine-tuning and guiding his messaging for our community. So we hope you will stay and check out our closing plenary. And certainly following the plenary session, we have some post-conference affinity group meetings. Those are listed in the conference program. One of those is an open event for the biotech community, so be sure to check those out as well. Affinity group meetings run till noon. And now I'd like to briefly go over student participation. So as I mentioned, we have 52 students attending this year. And in addition to their poster session, we host a very special programming engagement opportunity for them where we have a student industry networking session. We have 20 industry that have signed up so far to attend and do a speed networking with the session. So this is a highlight of their attendance, and we're excited to be able to offer it. We will be offering a student tour. And also on Friday morning, the students are recognized at a special breakfast held in their honor. So this is for student attendees and their sponsoring PIs, where they receive a certificate acknowledging their contributions in STEM. And a thank you and a shout out to all of those PIs for nominating and supporting and helping their students attend the conference. It is always a wonderful experience for them, and we thank you for helping to make that happen. Now let's talk about a few other questions. I'll talk about Attire, internet, and we'll just touch again a little bit on the government closure just to ease everyone's minds about it in regard to its impact on the conference. Conference attire, we do suggest business casual, comfortable shoes. The conference is laid out. We take over the whole Omni Shoreham Hotel, so there is a lot of walking involved, so do wear comfortable shoes. We also ask you to dress in layers. It is a beautiful property, but a historic property, which means some rooms will be overly cool and some may not be as cool as they should be. And while we are constantly trying to gauge the appropriate temperature, we do encourage you to dress in layers so you are comfortable in the session rooms. Internet access. We do offer a complimentary wireless access code you'll receive with your registration materials, which will work in the hotel common areas and in the meeting space. The Omni will also issue a code for your sleeping rooms. The only place there is not internet is in the exhibit hall. Unfortunately, the internet access does not carry down into the hall, so just a note on that for your access. And then just a note on the federal government closure, as I referenced, the ATE conference will go on as planned. And I'm actually going to ask Celeste Carter to come on at this time as, a prior lead of the program to share her guidance for navigating the conference, for why it's so important you join us and why this is such a tremendous opportunity for community building. And I did also just want to mention that NSF has posted on their website guidance pertaining to how you manage your grants during the shutdown. It's very detailed and it is all on their website. And yes, you can still attend this event. So Celeste, any words of wisdom to our group?
Sure. Well, thank you, Ellen. And yeah, welcome everyone. And I look forward to seeing everybody. Even with the shutdown, the conference does go on. And unless things have changed, I mean, I've been out of the office now for a little while, but typically, it currently the current lead for the ATE program is Dr. Olga Pierrakos, and the co-lead is Dr. Nasser Alarajeh. They are both supported working basically from their home institution as what we would call a rotator under the Intergovernmental Personnel Act. In the past, that has meant that they're not traditional federal employees and they are expected to work during a federal government shutdown. So they should both be there unless things have radically changed just in the last few weeks. So I believe they should be there and be able to represent the National Science Foundation. Other program officers may also be there, but you have to be a little careful if you're talking with them because they can't be there as a federal employee. They can be there as a private citizen. So that's just one of those things. I would just say how important, I think one of the reasons we have such an incredibly vibrant community is really in large part due to this conference. So I really encourage all of you to come and really participate. I know the new grantees area can be really important. I used to have people come up to me going, we were really not sure about doing this in the first year. We just got our award letter. But you know what? We had so many people come up to us and they've asked us, once we get things rolling, once we have materials available to pilot, could they be our pilot test people? So there's a lot of things to say about starting your collaborations and your networking as soon as you get to the conference. And I think you'll find it's a very, very open community. Typically people, especially people who might be there from a four-year institution are like, wow, everybody's sharing all of this stuff? And I go, yeah, everyone is sharing. This is open material, and we want people to use it. So so keep that in mind. Really look forward to seeing everybody, and please attend. So Ellen, back to you.
Thank you, Celeste. So now we are actually at a point, I ran through all those slides fairly quickly. I see there's been some activity in chat. I would ask Rachel Bauer to come on and we can facilitate if there are any questions that people have, so we can share more information about this event.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything as I look back through that are specific questions, I don't think. There are a couple of comments.
Okay.
Someone mentioned in chat that you don't want to post anything showing a federal employee participating or working that has a date or a timestamp on it. So that was interesting to be careful about.
Okay.
Didn't know that. But I don't see any specific questions per se. Let's see. I did get one question, Ellen. Just that somebody questioned me a little bit about AT Connects, asking if you could remind folks how the connects are laid out. And I believe they're laid out topically, right, by the field, by those 7 ATE fields.
Correct. Yes. So we lay them out topically or as close to topically as we can. If you were asked to select your STEM discipline or the discipline that most closely relates to your project or center when you were participating. We know that many converge or could list several disciplines, but the one that most closely aligns, and that's how they are grouped. It's also how, if you were to go to ATE Central, how you are kind of classified by general discipline area under ATE Central. So we try to make this consistent for people to find one another. And when you go to the conference app, you can, and then soon to the website, again, will be coming in the coming days by the middle of next week. If you wanted to sort by everybody who's in information technology, again, you could do that and map out from there from the app, and then they're hopefully all right in a row at the AT Connect session. So that was the intent, was to make it easier to find discipline areas, but certainly if something's in advanced manufacturing but has a strategy on student recruitment, this is to encourage you to look through all of the hubs and make those connections, and not just within your discipline area. But this was an attempt to organize the conversation hubs to just provide some structure to helping to find like projects.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that's nice, assuming that you're coming with someone else, so there are 2 of you, and you have a hub, it means that one of you can go off and do a little meet and greet and network while the other person is at the hub, and then you can switch up. Because I think that's, it means that you are in fact in the hub with all of the cohort in the same area as you fundamentally. So it's a nice opportunity to, if there are 2 of you, to sort of take some turns if you want to. I guess the other thing I would say about Connects too is that if you are brand new, if this is your first time coming, and for most people who it's their first time, you probably aren't doing a hub, which is good. You probably shouldn't. As Ellen mentioned, you can bring your handouts and put them in those designated areas for new grantees. But the other thing is you can take some of those handouts and walk around and share them with people during the hub.
Absolutely.
It's a great way to introduce yourself, start to meet some folks, and it's kind of nice to have something to hand people and use as a talking point. So it's a very, very friendly community. For those of you who are coming, it's a lot of fun. Everybody's really, really helpful. Don't be nervous about asking questions or reaching out to any of us. You'll find a really great group of people who are very eager to help you. So yeah, somebody just mentioned, I think Lissa said, what's an aspect of the conference that you look forward to each year? Ellen, do you want to answer that?
Oh, me?
I don't know who it's directed to. I'm not sure if she's just asking everybody
Maybe asking everyone.
in chat, but some people are answering in chat. They're saying
That's
connections,
great. I love it.
networking. Um, oh, she said everyone in chat. She wants to know
Everyone in chat. I love
from
it.
Ellen, me, and Celeste, and everyone in chat. I think it's actually a great question.
It is a great question. Certainly, I look forward to the students. Really enjoy the student poster session. These are our students pictured on this question slide, if you will, from last year after their student breakfast. And I do love the Connect sessions and just seeing the community in action. So there's a lot to look forward to at this event. And
Yeah.
certainly I love it when it's all done.
I knew you were going to say that. Yes, there's a relief, shall we say, particularly I'm sure for you and your team. It is a massive undertaking. You really start, I mean, you start planning it within a month or two of it ending. So it's a full year of planning that goes into this.
It's a full year planning, but again, there's a lot of dedicated PIs that are behind this. We can't run this without the community. So this is again a big thank you and acknowledgement to all that are presenting, lending their expertise to content, coming and participating in those conversation hubs, bringing students. You know, this conference is for you and by you, and we are very excited and pleased to be able to offer it.
Yeah, I think so too. It's such a great opportunity to see everybody. And I think for a lot of us, it's, um, this is really a huge part of most of our work colleagues scattered across the US. And this is the time when everybody really gets to see each other. So it's exciting, not just in terms of the work part, but catching up with people and seeing how everybody's doing. And it's really lovely. Let's hear Celeste.
I was just going to say that everyone is so enthusiastic, and a lot of times, even at this time of the year, speaking, going back and saying as a faculty, you've gotten things going. Things are rolling around towards Christmas and all the rest of it, and sometimes there's a lot of stuff on your plate, and to come to the PI conference and just be energized,
Yeah,
talking to
really true.
like-minded people, meeting students, meeting other people that are doing things similar to you, and maybe are running into the same kinds of challenges that you are at your own institution. All of those things, boy, I was even going back to NSF, I'd go back so energized. It's like, yes, this is a group that's going to carry forward. The students are going to be great. The faculty are making incredible strides forward. Industry is there. So it's just one of those events that it has really always been a highlight every single year for me.
Yeah, that's great. Someone just posted in chat that they're in a new position and they're coming to see examples of presentations because they want to share results the next year. And I think that's another really good thing to note. Like one of the cool things if you're new is you probably aren't presenting as much or doing connects, but this gives you a preview and gives you so many ideas for how you can share out and do your outreach and dissemination at other meetings and conferences and ideas for what you can do, at High Tech or at the PI conference next year.
Absolutely.
All right, I don't see the other questions here. I will also really encourage you. There's great food. I'm just saying, not just at the Omni, but there are lovely restaurants. DC is a wonderful place to go. There's great Ethiopian food and Lebanese food and lots of opportunities to really enjoy DC while you're there because the evenings are free. So you can go out and you'll make new friends and get to do a little socializing too, which will be fun.
It's good. We do encourage you to exit the hotel occasionally. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the weather's going to be really nice this year. It looks like it's going to be lovely.
It should be nice fall temperatures, but yeah. So, but still go to sessions and then go out and take your breaks in the
That's right.
sunshine.
Take your breaks in the evening after things are done.
Well, if there
Right.
aren't any further questions,
Doesn't seem like it.
I just want to remind everyone that, again, all the information is on the website. You're going to start seeing some emails from us. I think coming tomorrow will be an email, check your badge, because we're just trying to make sure we've got things, so you'll be quicker through registration when you get there. Next week, we'll be sending out the app information so you can download the app and getting the full searchable program posted to the website. The sessions are there now, and you can download the program in a PDF. So you can see all the information now, but we're going to get it more in a format where you can search it and find what you need to find, more accessible. So that will be forthcoming. And if you have any questions, that is the general ATE email. Please, any and all questions, we're happy to address them. And on behalf of AACC, we are extremely excited to see you in Washington, D.C. in just a few weeks. Thank you to Rachel and to Celeste for joining today. And again, to all of you, if you've got questions, let us know. Otherwise, we will see you in just a few weeks.
So Ellen, just
Yes.
before everybody leaves, Fernando did post a question about parking and transportation.
Yeah. And I think Courtney's sent Fernando to the page that has
Good.
information.
Okay.
Yes,
There
that
is
is
parking at the hotel, and there's also, you can of course do Uber. And then
Yes.
of course there's also the metro system.
Yes, and we have a page on our website that provides hotel and travel information that you can consult as well.
All right. Thank
All
you so
right.
much, Ellen. This was great.
Thank you all.
All right.
Take care, and we will see you
Everybody.
soon. Alrighty. Bye-bye.